Suraj from, ironically, mininghardware.co.uk.
Yeah.
A very brief question for you. These rigs that you build for cryptocurrencies, are there preferences on what currencies you mine, or is the end user responsible for choosing which to mine? How do you manage that?
So it tends to be down to the client. So a client would say to us, I want to mine X coin. We say this is the hash rate that will be generated by our machine. So we leave the preference for the client. There is nice hash and other programs that you can run that can mine the most profitable coin. I'm sure you're aware of that. And we can also run that for our clients. So these machines are yours. We're not going to say you mine this coin. You say to us, I want a machine to mine X coin, and we'll sort that out for you. So it's down to our clients is the answer to your question.
The investors in the UK who potentially want to invest in your company, again, I've asked this to lots of people here, with regulation, your mining rigs, taxations, etc., how is the investor involved in that, and how are you dealing with it?
So we sell computers, essentially, is what we do. The coins that are mined from the machines, we don't touch. So it goes directly into the client's wallet, and then it's the responsibility of the client to tax that. So where we make our margins is on the sale of the machine, not on the coins. So we don't actually touch your coins. It's your responsibility to deal with it.
Great, thank you.
Yeah. I think that's...
Thank you. Probably, well, you sort of touched on it a little bit, but obviously, as a client, the rigs are hosted in one of your DCs. What's kind of the, I guess, insurance policy? My rig's down, it's your fault. What's happening? SLAs, turnaround times, uptime.
Good question. So the question's how can I, ensure that the machines have good reliability and uptime? So the reason, a large part of why we're successful is because our machines have some of the best uptime on the market. The data center insures your hardware. We recommend that you also insure yours, but it's also covered by insurance, so that's the other point. Generally, our rigs are up pretty much all the time, and the automation software means that if it goes down, then you don't need a human interference. It's only very rare that a human needs to pull a machine away and do work on it. So we're very transparent with that. We run the data centers as cool as possible to keep the machines up as much as possible.
I was just wondering, how long a lease do you have on the real estate that you're putting your rigs on? Because obviously it's quite capital intensive, so you don't want to necessarily find that you haven't got a long enough lease to actually get a payout.
So it's usually 5 years and over, so it's very long. We can't disclose exactly the sort of business model that we have, because that's how we expand the company. But if we say to you, we're going to host your machines on there for 2 years, then it's going to be hosted for 2 years, full stop. So you're going to get the hosting time that we say that you're going to get. Usually our clients do a yearly renewable contract, so if you're not happy, you can always move your machines, but most of our clients stick with us for several years. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, but in terms of the capital expenditure at the outset, how long does the lease, if you're saying 2 years, that wouldn't pay out the cost of the equipment, would it? So then I'd be left with the residual value or trying to have to find somewhere else to put it. Is that what you're saying? Or?
So to answer your question, you don't need to worry about that, because the data center, you're not investing in the data center. You just pay us $84 per month to host your machine and for the electricity cost base fee. So there's nothing on top of that. So if we say to you $84 per machine for 12 months per month, that's the price that you pay. You don't need to worry about leasing the land or anything like that. That's our responsibility.
And can I sign up for 10 years if I want to?
Not quite. So you'd be very keen if you wanted to sign for 10 years. Usually it's a 1 or 2 year contract, and then we see what happens after 1 or 2 years and take it from there. Is that all right? Okay, thanks. There's a question over there.
So I just want to confirm the minimum outlay per month would be $84?
So yeah, so if you're running an Ethereum machine that mines between about 200 mega hashes, it's only $84 per month, including electricity, because we have such cheap electricity rates that we don't need to mark it up that much. So it is $84.
Okay, do you have any packages for larger hosting?
Yeah, so if you're going to run a 2 million operation, you're going to get cheaper rates than if you're running a 500,000 mining operation. So yeah, the bigger the scale, the cheaper it gets.
Okay, so for example, let's just say I wanted to go 5 times or 10 times the basic. what could you offer me per month?
It would be a negotiation, but we can always bring it down from 84 to say there's not massive difference, but it makes a difference. So maybe 84 to 80 or slightly below that. So there's slight variance, but it's not massive because we're already quite cheap anyway.
Okay, one last question. Do you have a stand?
A stand?
Yeah.
We don't have a stand, but there is a mining stand that you guys can have a look at here.
Right. Okay. So I want more information, please. Okay.
Yeah, sure. We can have a chat after.
Hi there.
Hi.
I currently do some Ethereum mining, and there's a lot of talk about switch from proof of work to proof of stake algorithm. I'm just wondering how you see that working in terms of mining and how you mitigate against that. Are you steering people towards ASIC mining and Bitcoin or away from Ethereum?
So Ethereum is going to move to a proof of stake system. It's going to happen. We don't know when it's going to happen. But the good thing about GPU rigs is you can mine any of the other coins, so you're not just hedging your bets just on Ethereum. So if it goes to 0, then you're still fine because you can sell your cards to gamers or other markets. If you want more resale value, then stick with NVIDIA cards over RX cards. That's your better option. So it's going to go to proof of stake, but I wouldn't worry about that because there's always other cards that come on that we can mine. Ethereum is probably the 20th most profitable coin to mine right now, so there's always other coins that are far more profitable to mine.
Thank you.